Then there are the evangelicals. Tens of millions of them.
God gave them that land. They own that land.
For a large and increasingly politicized bloc of fundamentalist Christians, Zionism is about God's promise to Abraham. To them, uncritical support of Israel is simply not negotiable. It's an article of faith.
I'm going to bless the people of the Bible. I'm going to bless God's chosen people.
And more disturbingly, an integral component in the fulfillment of end days theology.
The final act of the book of Revelation is going to begin right here at this place. And when Israel's about to be defeated, the Bible tells us that Jesus Christ himself will intervene.
And then there is the modern historical reality, as it has unfolded on the ground.
Zionism was at first a movement of people trying to get out of Europe and redefine Judaism as a nation state, and there was nothing wrong with it. The problem is that for religious reasons mainly, and because of a lot of pressure from Christian Zionists who were already active then, Palestine was chosen as a destination. So Zionism became, from a movement of liberation, a movement that dispossessed the local native Palestinians. In the scholarly world, we call these movements settler colonialism. We distinguish between them and colonialism because the settler colonialists are intent on destroying and eliminating the natives. And I think that's what happened in Palestine.
It is this story of Palestinian dispossession, ethnic cleansing, and an ongoing process of what Pape has termed incremental genocide, which for genuine activists, Zionism represents.
The whole issue of Palestine, Israel, Zionism is anachronistic. We are witnessing a conflict in the 21st century that for the most part is rooted in the 19th century and was supposed to have been really ended by the middle of the 20th century.
In Berlin, a growing exile community of young Israeli Jewish radicals is forming as the country of their birth moves further towards full-blown apartheid.
You'll find many different shades of Zionist ideology. But what the Zionist project is a matter of fact. The colonization of Palestine by Jewish people and making it into a majority Jewish nation state. And as the conflict that it gives rise to develops, racism is bound to increase, and you can see this in the present state of Israel.
Yes!
In Britain, the public watched in horror as innocent Palestinians were killed and thousands wounded by IDF snipers for daring to protest their dehumanization. Yet some Labour Party MPs aligned themselves with those trying to justify the massacre, while many, many more simply kept quiet. How has it come to this?
The fact is that the Western Bloc is what the Labour leadership is committed to, and within that context, criticism of Israel is seen as disloyalty and potential threat to Western security. The left is in fact divided on the issue. I mean, the people who came through the student movement from the late 60s generally identified with anti-colonial struggles and the anti-imperialist struggles and the anti-racist struggles. They recognized the Palestinian struggle as part of that broader historical process. Important sections of the Labour Party remained loyal to the idea that Britain's main ally is the United States. I think they make an assessment that to speak out in support of the Palestinians would have political costs. There is an additional factor, of course, that the Israel-Palestine issue continues to be viewed as a continuation of the anti-fascist, anti-Semitic struggle, not acknowledging Israel is an occupying force, that it is itself carrying out ethnic cleansing. It's an internal conflict within the thinking of many liberal-minded people, that they can accommodate those two realities.
Israel is a valuable strategic asset of the United States. It is the most reliable junior partner of United States. There is no other word for it, imperialism in the Middle East region and beyond.
I mean, you only have to look at the way that the armaments industry is integrated. You really cannot speak of a British or an American or an Israeli arms industry. They are so integrated on every level.
On December 6, 2017, at my direction, the United States finally and officially recognized Jerusalem as the true capital of Israel.
The Zionist project, emboldened by unprecedented support from the Trump White House, is now surging ahead in its attempt to eliminate Palestine from history. Its muscular ultranationalism has become a model and an inspiration, not just for white supremacists in America, but for extreme right regimes now emerging across parts of Europe. And there are troubling signs in the UK too. Recent large-scale far-right demonstrations in central London have revealed a convergence of fascist and neo-Nazi groups with hardline Zionists. Tommy Robinson's 2016 trip to Israel and the funding by pro-Israel groups of both his Legal Defence Fund and the Free Tommy campaign suggest that this natural alliance may now be part of a more coordinated common cause.
We believe that Israel has a right to exist. We believe Israel has a right to defend itself from any aggressor, Islamist or otherwise. And if those two things make me a Zionist, then so be it. I must be a Zionist.